Hey, it's your boy Bobby Beach here. Want to talk about a subject that comes to mind, and that is, did Vegeta have money before he met Bulma? That is correct. Did Vegeta have money before he met Bulma? I want to say Vegeta did have money before he met Bulma. Basically, when it comes down to it, Vegeta was a guy that you have to understand. When he was out there, he was in the army. Vegeta was in the army for a long time. He'd been in the army since he was a kid. Basically, if you look at the Broly movie, he's been in the army since he was 5 years old, because they were talking about, basically when we saw him, he was a kid. I think that was when he had just started or something along those lines. Or he was out on patrol at that time, but he was literally just 5 years old. So he started in the Frieza army since he was 5, and he was in the Frieza army for a very long time. Basically, when it comes down to it, Vegeta was a part of the army. He's not a mercenary. Even though Saiyans were considered mercenaries in the beginning, eventually they were working with Frieza, and they became a part of our army. But they were working with King Cole first, then they ended up working with Frieza. And they were just pretty much a part of an army. Now, when it comes down to Vegeta has been in that army since he was 5 years old. I want to say that he's been in that the entire time. So when you're working in the army and you're in the military, you're going to get money. You're going to get some sort of payment. So I want to say Vegeta did have money. The thing you have to understand about Vegeta, he was always on missions. Him, Nappa, Radix, the other two Saiyans that was in Broly that we don't talk about, but I hope they do somewhere down the line. They were all together. They were a crew, and they were going around and just taking jobs, because remember, the thing about the Saiyans would take the tougher jobs. A lot of the armies in Frieza army, there were things they wouldn't do. The Saiyans, even before Frieza destroyed, the majority of them would take on jobs no one else in the Frieza army would do. Now, I'm not going to say that that's the reputation with the Broly movie, because I'm talking now about the Saiyans that took place that, back in Z when we knew about them. And I want to say that continued on even in the Broly movie Saiyans too. They would take the jobs the other Frieza people wouldn't take. And that was the reputation with Vegeta as well, that him and their crew would do jobs nobody would want to do in the Frieza army. So, do I want to say Vegeta was making money? Yes, Vegeta was making money. And you got to remember, basically when it comes down to it, Frieza ruled everything. He ruled the galaxy. He was the #1 guy. He ruled everything. He was powerful. He was the most powerful person in the galaxy. Frieza had an entire army. And we're not talking about someone who just saying, oh, I got an army. He had an army. He had an army that he was making money with. Frieza was doing, making money, planets, everything. That's what Frieza had going on with him. And you have this thing where he had the Ginyu Force under him. The Ginyu Force was his special forces. Captain Ginyu was his #2, but the Ginyu Force was not always around him. The Ginyu Force would come out whenever, Frieza would call for them, because that was his top crew. But the ones that were always around him was Zarbon and Dodoria, and I guess they were like his commanders, but Captain Ginyu was the guy that he was with him. But the thing is, Vegeta and them were always there too. They were a part of the army just like everybody else. There were a lot of people recruited in the Frieza army, because the Frieza army is no different than the armies of the world. Basically, it goes just like that. So somebody like Vegeta, who's been in that army since they were little, growing all the way up to be a grown man. Because I think, like I said, Vegeta left when he was in his mid-20s, late 20s or early 30s. That's a long time, bro. And so when you're doing that, you got some high ranks, and you gotta be making some good money. Even though, from what I'm getting, the Saiyans didn't make as much money as other people did. In terms of the Saiyans did the most work, got the less money, but the people did less work, got more money. Sounds a lot like, real life, if I had to be honest with you. But basically, when it comes down to it, yes, Vegeta did have money. That's pretty much what I want to say. That he had money when he was in Frieza's army. You take that many jobs and everything along those lines. You've been in that army pretty much all your life. You've been a soldier all your life. You got to be making some sort of money. So is he riding on Bulma's money? Of course, he's married to Bulma. Bulma's family is the richest family on earth. But I want to say Vegeta had money outside of that too, even though, let's not get it twisted, Bulma and them took his ship and made a bigger ship, which was the capsule ship. They also upgraded his armor and everything. But you got to remember, the thing about Vegeta don't talk too much. And what I mean by that, he talks when he needs to talk, but he doesn't say too much about himself. Like, Vegeta never told anyone he had a brother. Vegeta didn't tell anyone about Beerus. I think he couldn't remember Beerus at first, but he never told anybody about Beerus. But there's a lot about Vegeta that we don't know. And the thing about him is that he's one of those types that's, I guess, I'm dealing with the now. This is what it is. I don't need to talk about what happened before unless, there's a reason for me to talk about what happened before. That's pretty much the type that Vegeta is when it comes down to it. So, did he have money? before he met Bulma. I want to say that he did have money before he met Bulma. But I just want to say to you all that, yo, it's your boy here. And Vegeta, he had the money, bro. He had money. But I just want to say to you all, it's your boy, Bobby Beats here. I just want to say much love, much respect. Go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell, like this video, and check out my other Dragon Ball content as well. I want to say to you all, I know it's been a while, but I'm here, and I'm going to be making some more content for you, and I'm going to be bringing this thing. I'm going to be doing this thing. I just want to say, it's your boy, Bobby Beats here. Just want to say much love, much respect. Go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell, like this video, and check out my other Dragon Ball content. I just want to say much love, much respect. Hold it down, and whoa.